never satisfied, always on the rise. Looking for a reason just to close my eyes. Man, I'm tired.
Hi and welcome to another session of Jeff the Master Barber. On this tutorial, I'm going to be showing how I do mid-type fade on the side with the beard and the eyebrows. Right now I'm using the senior cordless, and I switched the blade on it. I'm using basically the Bolden. So instead of using my GTX or the detailer or Andy, I use this. So it's a lot quicker and faster to clean the sides. Also right now I'm using the magic clip, the original, and I'm passing half level open, and we're gonna do that level right there, as you could tell. And then we're gonna continue pass it from left to right, right to left, and brush it. Make sure you brush it. See, clean the part where you just cut. Now we're gonna use the 116, and we're gonna take right away the line or the half did. So basically passing it on top of it and just having like a C motion. We're just gonna kind of fade in those dark spots. See, I go right on top of it. I don't what's my color? I don't go too higher than that. I just stick right there. I close the level, and the trick is also in the level. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta pay attention what the hair. If you see that it's grabbing, then just open it a little bit more and go higher. Or if not, if you're seeing that it's taking too much, then I mean that's when you open it. But if you see that it's not grabbing no more, it's either time for you to go or close it and go to the next level. At this moment, it's still level semi-open. Now I noticed that it was not grabbing no more, so I need to go a little level, another step higher, which is the one level close, and we're gonna pass it in the area right there. And then every time I go from left to right, once I finish those strokes right there and brushing it, then I open the level little by little. But notice how I stay right there. I'm gonna show you how I take the line that the Bolden did. The first step, I take it with the magic clip. As you could tell right there, you see I stay right in the line. Notice that my stroke is just right in there. Notice too also how I hold the ear, so that way it doesn't bother the client when I'm. And notice how with my right hand also I open the level, and sometimes with the left too. And notice now the level I open it a little bit, and then I'm gonna tackle the area right there that I see. And as you could tell, we keep passing in that area. Now we're using the guard number 2, and notice that we passing exactly. Once again, you see that shadows, those hard dark spot or whatever, you're gonna see it, and it's gonna, that voice, inner voice, gonna tell you, well, I see that right there, pass it right there, and you're gonna, it's up to you if you're gonna pass it or if you're gonna switch it up. And if you see that you're not getting resolved by passing it, so that means, okay, switch it up. Maybe you need to go with a 116, the 1, and then level close or level open, and that doesn't work, then you go the next, go a little lower, and then no guards, that's half. This is the detailer. I love this trimmer. This trimmer is definitely, it makes some nice crispy line. And even though I'm gonna clean it more with the blade, to show people the reason why I don't like to use the detailer, look at how long it takes me to do just that side with that trimmer. I could have done it with the Bolden, the first one that I started doing the line, and it would have cleaned it a lot quicker, and I don't have to sacrifice my trimmer. Also, this trimmer, the teeth are so real thin, and with his porous is real open, it gets stuck sometime. So it's better for you use the Bolden to clean the side. It speed up the process. Is way better. Notice how I'm using the electric shaver, the series 9, the broom series 9, and it makes it a lot tighter. By doing this, it will last like another day or two. The haircut will last a day or two longer. And but yeah, it's this shaver, this electric shaver, I definitely recommend it. The top piece doesn't break that easy. It recharge, and it clean itself. It has a station where it will recharge and clean itself. But yeah, it's very comfortable. You don't have to plug it in or anything like that. And is I like the handle. The head is very flexible. You got more. It's more versatile. So yeah, notice how instead of the trimmer, watch the side. How I'm gonna do. And the other side, I use the detailer. Now with this one is the senior Jeffrey, but that's the senior cordless. What you saying that is the Bolden? The blade is what I change on it, and that's the Bolden. And as you could tell right there, I'm passing it in that area. And look already pretty much. Look at how quick I did that section right there, and it did it real nice and tight too, if not more tighter than the detailers. And that way I don't have to sacrifice my detailer to get messed up, or my trimmer, especially if you're using a GTX or a T liner. They get messed up when you pass it too quick, or there's a lot of hair. Then the trimmer gets messed up. Right now we go right to the back in the middle. We're using the 116 level semi-open, and then now I close the level, and we're gonna pass it in that area where we see the dark spot. Now I close a little bit more completely, and keep passing from right to left, left to right. Now I use guard number 1, and I'm gonna pass it in that where I point it on that area, dark spot. It's not gonna grab it right away, but you want to go little by little. Just make sure you want to be safe than sorry. You don't want to take out too much right away and not be able to fix it. You know what I mean? Now you can always take little by little, and you can always take later on. You could take the hair that you need, but don't take too much right away, is what I'm trying to say. Right now I'm using the 116, and we're gonna produce it right there in that section. All right, now we close the lever. The 116, we're gonna maintain in that area right there. Brush it, keep passing it. Right, keep passing it. It may not look right away. Sometimes it takes a while. It all depends. You know what I mean? And the motion of your wrist. That's another thing. But you keep trying. You never give up. You keep trying. You're not gonna leave them like that. The Rome wasn't built in one day, and you're gonna build it little by little, section by section, and you're gonna make sure that you look every single little thing, every single little line, every single little hair. You're gonna take that hair or whatever it takes, and make sure you listen to your interval. See, right now we're using the guard number 1, and we're gonna notice that the shadow is there. Sometimes when you erase the lines in the bottom, the top ones, the shadows they're gonna pop out more. So they're gonna be easy to see. Like right now I'm actually seeing it. I don't know if you guys are seeing it. So the eyes are gonna tell you mine, and your mind is gonna tell you, look, I see this dark spot right there. What you gonna do about it? You're gonna switch to another level or what? And if you do it, you're gonna notice right away that if it does work, it's gonna start grabbing, and you're gonna start seeing the definition. The fading is gonna fade away, the shadows or the lines, and so then you keep going, move it, keep checking those little spot right there. See, I tend to use the little corner of the trimmer. That helps a lot too. Right now I'll speed up the process here of the shaving, the electric shaving, because it's pure simple. Don't go higher than you don't have to. And right there we back to the left side, and we're gonna be using the magic clip, level open. That's the half right there with the magic clip, and you pass it from right to left, left to right. Now we go to 116, and we're gonna take that line or the shadow that the half did, and we're gonna stay right in that section. Now we open the level a little bit more, and then we go a little higher, and we're gonna pass it a couple of times. You see, and then you're gonna see shadows there, little spots. You pass it, and then you close the level, and then you go lower. So when you close it completely, then you go lower. When you go higher, you open the level, depending on what kind of, how much hair are you taking off. But in this part right here now, we're going higher, so we're gonna go with number 1 level open. So that's 1.5. Then I close the level a little bit because I noticed that with the 1.5 didn't grab it. So now with the 1 level close, I noticed that it does open, that it does grab it. So now right there, as you could tell, now we're going a little higher. So that's the number 2. But remember, the client don't want me to grab any to cut any hair on the top. So we just blending it in, trying to get blending by levels from the side to the top. And he still got like a number 2.5 at top, if you ask me. So now we go back to the lines that are left up in the bottom, which are from the Bolden, or which it will be the trimmer. If you're using a trimmer, a GTX or Andy, then you will use the next level in between. It will be the magic clip level close, and then you open it little by little if you're gonna go higher. Same technique, without no guards basically. And as you could tell, it's taking shape. And it's not, some people, as you could tell, I'm doing also right here, I'm using the technique scissors over comb, and you see those spots, those hair. You could see it. I see it right there where I'm passing it. And this is why the technique scissors over comb, I use it, because it give me the ability to cut what I need. No, I don't sacrifice using the whole machine to pass it, and then it's gonna erase my phase, the fade, make it more higher. I have better control with the scissors over comb. This is the trimmer, again, the detailer. You could use the GTX or the Andy Slimline. It don't have to be every machine that I'm using, not necessarily. Whatever is your choice, whatever preference. But it's just like, that's how I do my box out. I pass it a couple of times. I make sure that I get every detail. It's gonna get more sharper when I pass the razor and when I put the cream in the razor. Then it's gonna get a lot sharper. So I don't worry if my trimmers, they don't hit that hard, because in reality I don't want my client to feel uncomfortable, and I don't want his skin to be all red, and I don't want to do a shape up for life basically by cutting them. And that's what happened when you zero gap the clippers. This is the medicated shaving cream. See, medicated pre-shaving gel. It's a menthol formula, and I just apply. And what I like about this shaving cream is that it is real cool. It smells like winter fresh, and like after 1 minute it kind of dried up, but your face feels like a cool sensation. So every time you pass the blade, it doesn't irritate, it doesn't burn. Sometimes if someone has shaved you before, dry shave specifically, you feel the irritation or the burning sensation. Well, with this cream, once you put it, it's like a safety coat. Right now I'm doing the eyebrows, and this is how he likes them. It's not that I wanted to do them skinny, but this is how he always asked me to do them. And no, it's not by my choice. I am the barber, but your client is the one. It's his hair, it's his face, it's his style, how he want it, and he's basically your boss. He's the one that is paying you. You could give him your opinion, but if he doesn't take it, then you gotta make sure you follow orders. That's rule number 1 on as a barber consultation. Make sure you talk, and make sure you follow orders. Right now, as you could tell, it's been almost 2 minutes since I put the cream, and even though it's dried up in the face, I'm telling you by experience, because I when I get a shave, I use this cream on me, and I know exactly how it feels. So I'm talking by experience. So right now, even though it's dry, you see it's no redness on his skin. Always shave from top to bottom first, and then now from bottom to top. Never shave from bottom to top right away, because when you do that, you could irritate the skin, and it could start bleeding a lot because you're taking the hair from the root. So make sure always stretch the skin with the left hand, or if you are righty, if you are righty like me, stretch the skin with the left, and if you're lefty, then with the if you're righty with the lefty, and the lefty with the righty. You know what I'm saying. So right now, I'm using the Andy Slimline Li, and it's just there's some hairs that are longer than other. This is the Black Widow razor holder. I love this razor holder by Black Widow, and also using the blade of Black Widow, and I definitely recommend it. It's very comfortable, and the blade doesn't shake, doesn't move. It stayed in place, and when you have a steady blade and in there, it makes it a lot easier when you shaving, when you shaping, like I'm doing right now. Like when I'm shaping, the blade doesn't move out of place, and that's something that is priceless. And there's also the blade is black and white. I like it, especially that part. Normally when you have when you work with a lot of gel and stuff like that, is it gets dirty. If it's chrome, it gets dirty right away. Oh, so I with the black, it hides it a little bit. I mean, not a little bit, but a lot better than the chrome. Right now, notice how I'm still stretching the skin. Notice how with the comb, once I shave it, I wiped off the hairs that I already cut off. But so obviously, because the cream is still there, even though it's dry, they still stick to the skin. But if you want to make sure you get details, and you want to make sure it shapes really well, then you gotta obviously wipe it off and see, so you can see what's actually left over. And as you could tell us, whatever you see, and that's exactly is what I'm saying. Sometimes I could show you better than I could explain it. I know my English is not the best because my accent. I speak two languages. As hard as it is speaking one language, imagine two. So at least I'm trying, giving a try. I hope you understand. If not, I know there's other people that speak better. You can go to that channel, but instead, I'm keep doing me. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be someone never satisfied. Just to let you know, if you don't feel like you don't understand it, nobody's holding you. And I do as I please. And anyway, so we keep it going. There's long hairs there. This is the technique how I do it. Usually I could do it with the trimmer, but sometimes I feel comfortable doing it too, like this. So that's how I do it. Nobody's also saying that my way is the only way, because it's not. I do it, and this is what it works for me. And if you happen to see it and you never done it like that, give it a try, and if it works, then that's why I do it. So you go, so for that person who wanna work a lot faster or comfortable, whatever. And I'm never saying that it's gonna work on you, because at the end of the day, it is you that gonna be doing it, not me. And even though it's a technique that I'm doing it, if you do it yourself, at the end of the day, it is you doing it, not me. Right now, I have them sit down, giving them the final touches. This is where the haircut takes a lot of shape. Jeff, how come you don't fade in the beard? How come you left it dark like that? Because that's what the client says to leave it. Every time I try to fit it in one time, he didn't like it. He liked it more like that. So I follow instruction. I follow order. So now that I finished pretty much doing the details, I put a little bit of elegance gel, especially with his hair that is real depth like that. So when you add it, it kind of separate the hair really nice, and it give it like a nice texture. And I also show my client real nice in slow motion. I show the mirror, and you can see that he's saying yes with his hair. He's saying yes, like it, he like it. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. You could say maybe you didn't like it, or you got a friend that does it better than me, or you could do it better than me. But look at his head. He's saying yes, he like it. And that's the only opinion that matters to me, the client. So this is how it looks. Haircut all done. And you know, I hope I could help in one way or another. And yeah, if you have any friend that you wanna show them some of the technique that you saw, show them this video. All right, peace.